Hi everyone, welcome to History on Trial. This is Dr. Tracy McCarthy, psychologist, attorney, and educator. We are continuing our discussion related to Nigeria. We are moving from the discussion related to the Hausa and their identity as Edom, and we are looking at Nigeria in general, and we're looking at some symbolism related to an ensign for Nigeria, which is their flag. And this is a colonial flag that has some very interesting symbolism on it, and it is very confounding given the history and the ethnic makeup of Nigeria. In addition to other groups in Nigeria, you have individuals understood as the Edo. Remember, Esau is also called Edom, and according to Hebrew tradition, the Edomites are considered the descendants of Esau or Edom. One of the other things to note for this state that's actually in Nigeria is that Benin City is the state capital and the largest urban center for this particular state. Now, what's odd about this is this ensign, which is this flag, which indicates a symbol that looks very much like the Star of David. And this Star of David is definitively tied to more recent symbolism for what is known as Judaism. You also see in the middle of this star a crown that may be a Tudor crown, and then you see the word Nigeria inside of the crown with a blue ribbon at the bottom of the wreath. And as you may be aware, there are elements of the British flag in the Confederate flag and the Jamaican flag and the Scottish flag. There are these similarities related to this cross. And here you see another variation of this particular ensign for Nigeria with the cross on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, the Star of David with the crown and Nigeria in the middle. And so this brings us to the question of why Nigeria would be in possession of what looks like the Star of David on their ensign along with that crown. And so this is a little bit of background related to the Star of David. The Jewish community of Prague was the first to use this Star of David as its official symbol. And then from the 17th century on, the six-pointed star became the official seal of many Jewish communities. It is noted, however, that there is no biblical or Talmudic authority associated with this particular star. It's also known as a hexagram or a sexagram. And the Jewish Virtual Library goes on to discuss the Star of David and indicating that this was a desire to imitate Christianity. So this was a symbol that was considered on par with the cross. And here is additional discussion related to the Star of David. It indicates that it was used at times as a magical sign, that it was used in many civilizations and regions as far as Mesopotamia and Britain. Also known to be used in Iberia and India related to the Roman conquest. And what is noted, of course, is that this particular symbol has a pre-Davidic history, meaning it appeared prior to an understanding of David being in existence. And you can see a little closer this particular symbol. You can see inside of this six-pointed star the actual crown. You can see the crown jewels that are in this crown, along with a number of crosses inside of this star. And you can also see that the star is green with a red background. And not only do you have this ensign containing this Star of David for West Africa, specifically Nigeria, you also have coins in the 1900s reflecting this same idea. And you see this coin indicates British West Africa, again with this hole in the middle of this six-sided star. And here this oddity continues, and this is in 1959, and you can see this particular coin is for the Federation of Nigeria, again with the Star of David and the hole in the middle. In addition to this oddity related to this ensign for Nigeria, you also have the presence of a large number of individuals with the surname Johnson in Nigeria. Now, many are aware that Johnson is a very common name in America, and you can see up top that you have about 2,300,000 individuals with that surname in America, and then you see 191,000 in England, closely followed by Nigeria with 182,000, and then followed by Sierra Leone with almost 80,000, Liberia at about 63,000. And so you have in excess of 300,000 individuals named Johnson in Africa. Now, there is no clear explanation as to how this occurred. One thing that is noted is that in the United States, Johnson is a common surname for brown Americans. And Johnsons pretty much started coming over into the United States in larger numbers related to uprisings and conflicts in Europe. And so you have a number of Johnsons who appeared in America in relation to Jacobite deportations and removals. Johnson is considered a fairly common surname in the Americas. We're going to look at the Johnson family history, and perhaps we'll get a better understanding of how this surname came to be in Africa with the level of prevalence that you're seeing. And you see here, Johnson is a name of ancient Norman origin. We've looked at this before. And you can see the possible origins available for individuals with this particular surname. These places include Denmark, England, Scotland, Sweden, and Ireland. And this name, of course, comes from John, meaning the son of John, and also meaning favored. Now, we know that a number of individuals named Johnson were deported to the Americas. They were deported as part of the deportations and removals related to the Jacobite wars and other conflicts that were going on in Europe. The question, however, is exactly how did the individuals end up on the west coast of Africa? And also, how did that symbol, the Star of David, become part of an ensign for West Africa, for British West Africa, along with what is the standard ensign for Great Britain? Clearly, there are a number of confounding dynamics going on in Nigeria. We addressed the issue of the Hausa heritage recently. And now we are looking at some other dynamics related to Nigeria, and you can see that there are some confounding variables in terms of understanding the history of the world, the history of Nigeria, the history of Africa, and even the history of America. And so one confound that we are looking at now is this dynamic related to this ensign that includes this crown and this Star of David. And we also have another oddity related to the Hebrew name Johnson finding its way into Nigeria. And collectively, in terms of Africa, this name involves over 250,000 people. Altogether, this indicates a need to do increased research on the history of Nigeria, the inhabitants of Nigeria, and how all of those individuals came to be on the west coast of Africa. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care. See you soon.